Winging It, my cooking show. Today we're going to be making some buffalo wings, some buffalo cauliflower bites, and some buffalo fried mushrooms. We're going to be making all that at once. It's just going to be a big old buffalo bouquet. So let's get started. We have some cauliflower here, some mushrooms here. So these are whole mushrooms, and a couple of buffalo wings, a couple of chicken wings. So let's start on the cauliflower. I'm going to be breaking up some bite-sized florets of this, about a cup of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe one more big one. All right. These big ones I'm going to cut in half so they're a little more bite-sized. And that's all the preparation we need for that. For now. It's going to be a lot more preparation once we get to breading them. Next, I'm going to do the mushrooms. And for this, it's just grab a handful of mushrooms, about a cup of them. Good right there. Finally, the wings. So these are whole wings. We're going to break these down into their component pieces. So cutting off this tip right here. Discard these. I'm not going to be doing anything with these. Now need to cut these wings up so that they're into our regular flank and wing style, or flank and drumstick style. Yes. So yeah, I did that a little fast, so I'll show you what I was doing again there. So I cut through the skin. I get to this point and I pull it open, and then I should be able to just cut right through where the bones meet, right there and there. Now for the wings, we're gonna salt them, pepper, and garlic powder. And some red hot cayenne pepper. We do that on both sides. There we go. These should be ready to go. All right, so for the next thing, we need to make our breadcrumb. Well, first we need to make our egg wash mixture. So I'm grabbing it. I have a plate right here. Got some egg. Pouring this on. Just need to salt and pepper this. Swirl it, stir. And that should be ready for when we're doing our breading. Next plate, we're gonna make our breading. We're using pork panko. Just ground up pork rinds. Pouring a good amount onto the plate. We'll have leftovers that we just throw away. It's just easy to do when you got a big old plate full of them. Just trying to break up all the clumps that appeared. Now we're gonna pepper it. We don't need to salt this. The pork panko already has a bunch of salt in it. And we're gonna add some cayenne pepper as well. Same spices that we did on the chicken and the garlic powder. this meal is a lot of the same spices, but I think that actually really, the spices work so well together that you're not gonna be upset about it. We're not trying to be super fancy here. We're just trying to make some good wings. All right, let me grab another plate. We're just gonna transfer everything over to this plate. And let's go over to the stove top. Right now, I've got it's a little layer of oil sitting in this pan. You'll see like that. We're gonna be going for turning these things while we're cooking them instead of just deep frying them. It's a pan fry instead. So yeah, when you're working with wet and dry ingredients, you always want to use one hand for the wet, one hand for the dry. So I use one hand to get the wet on. The next hand will move this around with all the dry, and that prevents sticking. Then you're just throwing it in the pan. I just realized I just did that. So I use my wet hand in the dry. Yeah, these big ones are. I like to use whole mushrooms when doing this because they're a lot meatier than like a sliced mushroom, and you use a lot less of the panko surface area thing. Let me bring you back to your math classes. All right, cauliflower next. Same thing. It's all basically the same process over and over again. The only thing we're not going to be breading is the chicken itself. But the chicken cooks the quickest usually, so that's one on last. Might have to do the chicken after the vegetables just because. Sorry, I started to run out of room at the pan. I should have brought a bigger pan, but I didn't want to use that much oil because most of this oil is going to waste because it's only being used to actually transfer heat. Put these little guys in too. Why not? These all covered. Oh, by the way, the oil is at a medium high heat, and it's the sautéing olive oil, not the extra virgin olive oil. Trying to get all the chicken in here now. See if I can get it all in here. There we go. Now that just needs to cook. While it's cooking, let's start making our buffalo sauce. Ooh, I just made a big old mess. I'm gonna have to clean that after. All right, for our buffalo sauce, pretty simple. I got some butter here that we need to melt, and we're gonna use just about a tablespoon of butter. Put that in there. We're gonna melt this for about 45 seconds in the microwave. All right, and then we have another bowl here. This is gonna be the bowl that we actually dress the things into. I got some Frank's Red Hot here. It ain't Buffalo without Frank's. I'm just gonna pour the rest that I have here and here. So usually I want to go with more sauce than this, but this is all I have left, so this is what I got. Then I'm gonna put in a little salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, a lot of cayenne pepper because there's so little sauce, so I need the spice to come somewhere. A little bit of garlic powder. Well, actually, a generous heaping of garlic powder in there. And finally, our melted butter. Grab a fork or a whisk. I just use forks because I do own one whisk, but I'd rather just dirty the fork because I'll just use the fork to eat. Mix it all up. It's gonna be a thick boy sauce because there's so little of the Franks in there. Tastes good. All right, let's flip our cooking things. Starting from the ones that we did first, the mushrooms. Give everything a nice flip. All right. Oops, we got one of these wings. That would have been. All right. While that's getting done, what I'm going to do next is prepare this cutting board for those things to come off by laying down a couple paper towels. Once we get out of the hot liquid, we're going to want to put them right on paper towels to dry off any of the excess oil. That's why I'm laying these down right now. All right, not much left to do except wait for these to finish. Only a matter of time now. These mushrooms might be done though. Let me check. Yeah, the mushrooms are done, so I'm gonna pull off the mushrooms first. Come back over here. Take this off the heat. We're just gonna lay the mushrooms down first. See how the cauliflower's doing? Cauliflower's done too, so put the cauliflower on there. Don't think the chicken's done yet though, because we did take a little longer to put the chicken on. Little boys. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back on the stove because chicken is definitely not done. All right, so all of our stuff right here, we're just gonna quickly hit with a little more salt now that it's right off. You usually want to hit things that you take off of a fry with salt. It helps explode the flavor. Mm. And you'll see these all have a nice golden brown on them from all the breadcrumbs. Just waiting on that chicken now. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna be putting things away like this egg wash and stuff. Good idea. Always clean your kitchen while you're cooking. You'll have time, and you'll thank yourself later. I used to be like you and would never actually do the cleaning, but now I do. All right, let's go check on these wings. We want a nice golden color on these so that they cook thoroughly through. Last thing we want is salmonella. Yeah, I'm gonna actually flip these and get because that's not as gold as I like it to be on there. So I'm gonna flip them one more time once I get a good color on the other side. Move these closer here because my oven is at kind of an angle, and the oil likes to cool on this side. Then I could just throw that right over the heat. These shouldn't take too long. Chicken doesn't take too long to cook. Yeah, that's the color I'm looking for on that side. If you see, if I bring this closer, the nice golden brown on there versus on that side. And it's actually picking up a little of the panko on it, which is going to help give it a little more crunch. I don't usually like breading my chicken wings. I like my chicken wings fried directly on the skin. I think the skin is good enough for that crunch, and the breading just makes it heavier than it needs to be. You need the breading though for vegetables because the vegetables don't have the skin to give it a nice crunch. Doesn't everyone want a nice crunch? All right, I think we're good. Turn these off. Get this onto the paper towels. Ooh. All right. Same thing before. Quick salt. Now I'm just gonna let these sit for a couple seconds. While we do that, let's start saucing. So into this bowl of sauce, we're just gonna throw everything. Everything's going in. Now the chicken. All into the sauce. And to sauce these, the best way I know how is to take this bowl, take a plate, put it on top, turn it upside down, and just give it a nice little roundabout shape. That's good. All right. Flip that around. Some of the sauce back on. It's a very unsaucy sauce because I didn't have enough of the Franks. So it's very thick, 3C's thick. Grabbing a plate, let's plate this up. Trying to move everything so that we get all of our pieces, all of our ducks in a row. Nice fried meal. I left a little spot for this dish, which was the dish we melted the butter in. So it still has a little residual butter at the bottom, which is never a bad thing. Hello, Strongish. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. All right. Now we're just gonna pour about that much. This is the Primal Kitchen Vegan Ranch. It's a keto-friendly ranch dressing. All right, I need to take a picture of this, so I need to move you for a second. I forgot my phone in the other room. Look at that. How rude. There's no accidental touch. Open. Nice. On my way, mushrooms. On my way, sauce. That's a good picture. That's a good picture. All right, let's give this all a taste. Start with one of the mushrooms by themselves. Perfectly cooked through. Definitely not enough buffalo sauce. Would have loved to have been able to rectify that, but I forgot to put buffalo sauce on my shopping list. One of the cauliflower? Really good as well. Nicely cooked through. And one of the wings. My favorite way of eating one of these wings, break it up like that. Grab the bones. Should be able to pull out the bone. I lost most of the meat. I didn't do it good this time, but I got the skin. Let's try that at least. There's a little ranch on it. Very good. Perfectly cooked through. No pink. We got a cooked chicken wing here. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. Like I said, I wish I had the ability to put more franks into the sauce, but that was the last of my franks. But that's gonna do it for me for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good night and keep eating good.